guys, welcome back to this channel. Yes, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Terry. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. First of all, that really supports me, that really supports my growth here in YouTube. And if you've not subscribed, please just subscribe. It's just pressing on the subscription button and it's free of charge. It's totally free. Yes, so today I hope this doesn't turn out to be a venting session. Yes, today we are talking about being a woman. Being a woman, I know there are things men experience which women we don't experience, but I can't talk about being a man because I've never been a man. But I can talk for hours about being a woman. Yes, so today I'm talking about being a woman. Yes, and kitambo, when I was called a woman, it used to irritate me. It used to make me feel like I'm kind of old, I'm kind of analog, old-fashioned, like you're making me feel old. But right now, if you call me a woman, I'm like, excuse me, how may I help you? Because definitely I've come to agree like I'm a woman. And currently I'm working on my feminine side. I want to experience life as feminine as I can. Like, I just want to be feminine. I want to experience life like the baby girl I am. So currently I'm working on my feminine side, and I'll come here share some tips on working on your feminine side. But today we are talking about being a woman. Today we are talking about being a woman, and we're talking about being a woman in the reproductive health. Yes, hizo issues are contraceptive, hygiene, blah blah blah. We are talking about being a woman in that sector. Yes, so this is a story. Yes, and I want to give shout out to elder sisters. Oh my god, if you're an elder sister anywhere, vile huwa mnatuokolea, like the way you save us from a lot of things that we don't know. Oh my god, shout out. And specifically to my elder sister, shout out to you. Thank you for always supporting me in that. And tips, bana, tips, kupewa tips. Yeah, about reproductive health in women. And elder sisters, they come hivi handy in handy. Thank you for always supporting us and kutuambia vitu hatujui. Yes, so it's a story time. This is a story so that I can give you guys the context. So I am in campus. I'm in campus. Then I feel my body funny, and I'm specifically talking about when I'm going to pee. I feel a certain way, like irritation, like some pain. I'm feeling irritation, some pain. And when you pee, you feel the urge to pee. Haijaisha, you feel like you want to go on, but when you pee, there is nothing in atoka. And I was like, girl, this is not normal. We need to address this. Yes, so who is the closest person I can talk to? My sister. And I'm like, hey, niaje, you're good? Yeah, I'm feeling like this and this way. Blah 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 blah. What would you unafikiria hiyo ni nini? And she's like, just go to the hospital, nafikiria hiyo ni UTI. And I'm like, actually at that moment I was not sexually active. So hiyo mambo ya super gonorrhea, it is not in the picture. Yes, so I'm like, what is happening? So I go to the hospital. First of all, I got a male doctor, and I was ish about explaining to them how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like this when I pee. I'm feeling like the urge to pee more frequent. When I pee, I feel like the need to go on and there is nothing. So I was like, what is this? And he's like, that is very normal. Just go bring a sample of your urine to fanye urinalysis. I'm already sounding like I'm a dick. But I'm no medic, I'm no expert. I'm just giving you from my personal experience. So when we did the urinalysis, ikapatikana I have a UTI, a mild one, a mild UTI, and I was given antibiotic. So at that moment, it's the first time I experienced what a UTI is. And I dived into the research. So it comes out like women experience more UTI. I've never had a man who has a UTI. Do even men experience UTI? if at all they experience UTI, they experience it as carriers. They just carry the bacteria. But if you become intimate or have sex with that man, you will have the UTI and you are the person who will experience the symptoms. Yes, so that is part. Imagine, can we talk about toilets and women, especially the toilets, the seat toilets, easy chores za kukalia. You are in a public place, you are a woman, you need to go to the toilet, unaenda pale, unapata the toilet is very, very, very dirty na ni choo ya kukalia. Tell me the stress you experience. You have to pee while you're just not exactly seated on the seat. You are somehow high up. Oh my God. And just a mistake, the water splashes on you when you're peeing or when you're going for long call or anything. If the water splashes on you, my God, una feeling like the world is coming. My God, I have to experience this again, because if that water splashes on you, the probability of you experiencing an infection is very high, very high. So as women, I don't know if these people who put the toilets in the public places and their seat toilets and they are not clean, what do you want us to do as women? Because you will treat this infection, and mind you, if they just become chronic, my God, they will give you a lot of stress. Now, away from the UTI. UTI, by the in full, is urinary tract infection. And why is it common in women? Because our urethra is short. When our urethra from the bladder to the urethra opening, and those out here who are asking about the menstrual cup, and you're asking how do you pee when you have a menstrual cup, we need a meeting. We need a meeting behind the tent. Let's just make it clear. Your urethra opening and your vagina, they are two different places. So when you have the menstrual cup, you don't need to remove it to pee, because you pee from a different opening. Yes. So away from that, what was I saying? I was saying about UTI, it's urinary tract infection. Our urethra is short, so from the urethra opening to the bladder, that short distance, it's easier for the bacteria to travel in very fast. Yes, and you experience UTI more. Imagine on averagely, like moderation, every woman experiences 2 UTIs in a year. 2 UTIs in a year. Just imagine. That is common. That is like bread and butter. Like, that is common. Yes. Away from UTIs, can we talk about yeast infections? Imagine yeast infections, they come even when you're just seated doing nothing. Okay, as women, let me educate you the little knowledge I have about yeast infections. On yeast infections, we have some good bacteria we have good bacteria in our gut, we have good bacteria in our vagina, or in our vagina. So when there is an imbalance in the good bacteria, ziishe ama the pH of the vagina inakuwa altered, you are more likely to get an infection, and you're more likely to get a yeast infection. So when you go to the hospital, they tell you to try and balance the pH, and to try and balance the good bacteria. And how do you imagine you can be sick as a woman and you're given the antibiotics. When the antibiotic kill all the good bacteria, you're in for a yeast infection automatically. Like, because the bacteria is just gone, you have done nothing. And sometimes it gets to me when I see people joking about memes about yeast infection. Like, sometimes when I trigger, like, mbona una joke about ikitu ati, there is a meme I saw ati something unashinda ukitreatiwa yeast infection, ukisema sijui something na ni the men you have. Imagine some people are not even sexually active and they are getting yeast infection. Why? Because it's just the regulation of the body. If the bacteria goes higher, if the bacteria goes low, like, it's supposed to be at optimum kila wakati. So when it goes higher or lower, you get the yeast infection. And how do you, okay, now I have some tips on how to curb the UTIs and the yeast infection, because personally I've experienced both. And how do you know you have a yeast infection? Actually, for yeast infection, you just have some discharge yenye inakaa yenye imeshikana kama maziwa mala. It's odorless, it doesn't have any smell. You feel itchy, and there is nothing but like feeling itchy around your vagina. Like, it is the most uncomfortable thing you can experience, because you're in a body shaper, and then kuna jua, and then you're feeling like itching yourself. It's terrible. It's terrible. I can talk on behalf of all women out here experiencing a yeast infection, experiencing a UTI. It's the most uncomfortable thing you can experience. And some of these things, don't tie them to sex. Don't tie them to sex, because you can just be chilling and you just experience them. Yes, so they are not tied to sex. So how do you curb yourself? You can regulate them. I'm not saying that you can utawaipata when you do these things. Some might still come, because if you use a toilet, imagine even swimming pool, ukiswim kwa pool yenye mtu akona UTI, maybe ameswim, you can get a UTI as a woman. And imagine you will be swimming with a gent in the same swimming pool, na the gent hatapata the UTI, but you as a woman utapata the UTI. So this is away from tying them to sex. This is just normal infections, and don't feel bad about it. Don't shame yourself for getting a UTI or a yeast infection. Don't shame yourself. Yes, these are just, unaona venye unaweza gonjeka masikio or macho or just any part of your body. That is how you get a UTI or a yeast infection. So how do you manage it? Okay, let's start with yeast infections. Yeast infections zinakujanga sana when the bacteria is there. So anytime you get on antibiotics, especially strong antibiotics, you need to talk to your doctor about regulating the bacteria. Yes, so that now you can be able to regulate the good bacteria. Zisiuliwe zote, then you're off the medication, then you get to a yeast infection. So when you're on antibiotics, talk to your doctor. Drink a lot of yogurt. I don't know how we need to preach this, but wale wa mwezi mara moja, hiyo haitasaidia. Yes, it's supposed to be as frequent as you can. Drink yogurt na iko na probiotics. There's the probiotics at the good, it promotes the good bacteria in the body. Yes, drink a lot of water. 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 Yes, and on UTIs, my God, me, I can just tell you, avoid public toilets. Avoid public toilets. Avoid public toilets. Like, toilets sana ndo zinaleta, especially the seat toilets. I think the pit latrines are good, ama the choo zenye zinakwanga chini, but avoid public toilets. Avoid public toilets. Yes. Also drink a lot of water on UTI. I'm not talking like a medic expert, so I don't have at many points you should do. But girl, when you experience them, they're just normal. Yes, treat yourself with care. And one thing I'll campaign for, don't feel ish about going to the doctor and talking about it, because this is normal. Actually, the first time I was given the vaginal pessaries are tablets that you insert inside your vagina for you to cure the yeast infection. And I was like to the doctor, how am I supposed to put in these things? And he was like you don't know. I'm like, you're the doctor, explain it to me, because I don't know. Yes, so anytime you feel like you need to seek medical attention about your reproductive health over UTIs, over yeast infections, please just go. If you feel like you want to go, just go. Yes, because hiyo ni kama kugonjeka, a normal part of your body. And the more we normalize this, the easier it will get for us. Yes, so I don't know if you guys have experienced UTIs and yeast infection and generally reproductive health in women, and how women experience it more rough than men, and what do we do, because we're just women. So guys, I want you to share in the comments section, how are you working out with these roller coaster of everything of being a woman. And imagine we have not talked about contraceptives. We will talk about contraceptives in another story, yes, so that we can hear of different experiences, because personally I can't talk about them because I know nothing about them, but we're gonna share experiences as they come. But guys, how are you protecting yourself from UTIs, urinary tract infection? How are you coping if you have chronic ones? How are you coping with yeast infections? Do you have some tips that we can work with? Yes, so guys, make sure you share them on the comment section. Thank you for always stopping by my videos. Thank you for always listening to me. I really appreciate. Until next time.